Welcome to Watch Mojo's Top 10 Games of the Year. 2021 was a crazy year for games, and what a better way to acknowledge them than with a top 10 video. Number 7 will surprise you. All jokes aside, this year did have plenty of bangers with more to come early on in the next year. If you don't see your game mentioned here, sorry, you have bad taste. With that out of the way, let's get right into it.
Number 10.
Right off the bat, starting with a great collection of remastered games, the Yakuza collection. This was a big year for Yakuza in general, seeing that the 7th came out and the remasters finally were all released completely. It was a no-brainer to put this on the list, but it is a remaster, so number 10 it goes.
Number 9.
Without context, it might seem weird, but The Good Life. I'm going to make a video on this game and all sweary games. It's a unique premise that is done with a typical sweary charm. If you can look past some of the jank, the game will surpass expectations. But then again, I am biased.
Number 8.
Resident Evil 8. Pun not intended. If you watched my video on this game, you already understand how I feel completely. I was tempted to not put this on the list, but it is a mainline Resident Evil game, so of course it's top 10 right off the bat. They tried something new, and it was enjoyable. If you want more opinions on this, watch this video.
Number 7.
Hot Wheels Unleashed. Never in my life did I think another mainline Hot Wheels game would come out. The amount of lore and world building that has branched off from this game has the community going crazy. Never did I ever think that Hot Wheels would have a time split. This would be higher, but I mean, come on, it's a Hot Wheels game.
Number 6.
Psychonauts 2. Playing the original game on my old Xbox, I had a blast. After all the silence, I didn't think this game would actually come out. If you love the first one, this game definitely surpasses it in every way.
Number 5.
I've been on a horror splint since my last video. Tormented Souls will be number 5. Initially, I had issues with the game, not because of the game itself, but I had issues trying to run the game. It would randomly turn my computer off several times. I sent a message to the devs, thinking since I hit 1k subs, they have a requirement to respond, but they never did. I want to make a video on it, but we'll see if time permits.
Number 4.
I always felt like card games were kind of hard to make fun and interesting. Hearthstone is the only card game I played, and then Inscription came out. Again, horror, but very interesting. And definitely go play it. I'm not spoiling shit. Go in blind.
Number 3.
Since the handheld days, Capcom has always delivered when it comes to Monster Hunters. They have been innovating the series and haven't really had any stinkers. Monster Hunter Rise is a callback to the handheld days with its more stylistic approach compared to Monster Hunter World. Pretty exciting as they have announced a new expansion and everything. Number 2. FIFA 22. I love FIFA and how they managed to make each entry new and exciting. This time around they have... Wait, wrong card. It takes two supposed to be here. Yeah, I was gonna make that joke that number 2 is It Takes Two. Oh well. It Takes Two exceeded all my expectations and then some. My friend pitched the game to me one night while I was drunk and bought it on the spot. Not only is it a heartwarming story of a broken marriage, but it has that fun platforming that makes me reminisce about my childhood. I'm really glad this game got some recognition and won Game of the Year at the VGAs.
Honorable mentions.
I wanted to mention these games because they are good games. I just didn't play them or think they made the list this time around. Fatal Frame is back and still looks very scary. SMT5 would definitely be on this list if I still wasn't playing this long ass game. In all honesty, I didn't think it would be, but Halo has surprised me. While not itching that part of my brain craving old Halo, it still does its job well and reminds me of what was. The game barely came out, and is technically still in works, so it doesn't quite belong on a list at all. 12 Minutes seems like an interesting game. It has Willem Dafoe. That's all that really needs to be said about that one.
And now, number 1.
Now, all of you have been waiting for this moment. What was my top game of 2021? Well, if you've watched my channel before, this might not surprise you, but drum roll please. Everhood. This one also might come with some heavy bias because of my friendly relationship with the developers, but I assure you, this game is amazing and deserves way more attention and praise than it has received. Go watch my video on it. I was even able to interview the developers. Just go watch it. So that's it, my 10 games of the year. I know this isn't my normal type of video, but you know what? That's okay. I just want to make a funny little video for the end of the year celebrating the new year. You can expect my regular content next year. I have lots of exciting plans, and again, I'm sorry for my disappearance. If you didn't see my community post, my schedule has been bombed with things happening in my life, but things are starting to settle, and I'll be able to bring you all more content at a much steadier pace. Thanks for watching. See y'all next year.